Hello and welcome to AIS Grassfield 1 for this Federation Cup quarter-final match in the women's. I'm Sam Watson, your commentator. It's a cold night here at the AIS for a really interesting game between Canberra Olympic and Gungahlin United. Two sides that met only 2 games ago for both of them. And it was a game which Gungahlin won 3-1, a convincing win that day against last season's treble-winning Olympic. If we're looking at the head-to-head, though, from last season, it was dominated by Olympic, 2 wins and 1 draw, both 2-1 to start with, but then Gungahlin in round 15 of 2024 scored a 91st minute equaliser to put their title hopes on hold. Bit of a new look team, both of them coming into this one with some absentees from last season, and Olympic starting the season with just 1 win so far, and that did come in their last match in the league, a 7-2 victory over Tuggeranong. Last time they played Gungahlin in round 2, they were coming off a 5-1 hammering in round 1 to Belconnen against Olympic. They're coming into this one having won, and won convincingly as well. So it'll be interesting to see how different the game is in comparison to that game. Gungahlin United, having missed out on a round 1 game which was postponed, have won their first 2 games in the league. They won 3-1 against Olympic, as mentioned, in round 2. And last week, on a Friday night, they won 8-0 against Madura. So they're coming off a big win as well, full of confidence. And some of the football they played in that game was really eye-catching. So they'll be full of confidence in front of goals as well. Olympic were at one stage at 2-2 against Tuggeranong, a side that remain at the bottom of the table on goal difference. Gungahlin United currently sitting 3rd in the league, having played 2. Olympic sit 5th, having claimed their first win out of 3. But this competition tonight, a bit of a different one. It's the Federation Cup quarter-final. Whoever wins here will make their way into the semi-finals, where they'll just be 2 wins away from lifting the trophy. Belconnen United and Canberra Croatia are already through, waiting in the semi-finals. Belconnen winning 8-0 against Madura, and Canberra Croatia winning 3-0 against Tuggeranong United. Gungahlin have been in 2 Federation Cup finals. They lost 3-0 in 2015 to Belconnen before losing 3-2 to Belconnen again in 2023. For Canberra Olympic, they've been in 1 final and they won it in 2022, a 2-1 victory over Belconnen United. In the last campaign for both teams, though, Olympic lost in the first round in the quarter-final at this stage last season. Lost to Canberra Croatia 1-0, whereas Gungahlin United last season made their way to the semi-finals after beating ANU 6-0 in the quarterfinals. But they were as well knocked out by Canberra Croatia 2-1. So both teams, disappointment from last season in this competition, will be wanting to go all the way. Just while the teams are in their huddles over in the sideline, we'll go through the starting lineups, starting with Canberra Olympic, the home team for this game. They make just 2 changes from their 7-2 victory over Tuggeranong last weekend. In goal, number 40, Jelena Josipovic continues in goals. It's a back 4, which is unchanged. Number 19, Leah Carnegie at left back. Number 9, Elka Atolu, partners number 13, Corin Denton in the centre of defence. And at right back, number 10, Katrina Peric, coming off 2 goals in last week's game against Tuggeranong. It's a midfield 2, which sees number 2, Liana Alves, come in, and partner number 16, Elise Jensen. And the midfield 3 in front of those 2, number 6, Jane Vanzino at the point of the midfield. Number 33, Tatum Marzi out wide, and number 5, Maddie Whittle, called into the lineup as well, is on the other wing, with number 12, Nikita Perry, through the middle, who scored 2 goals in her last 2 games. Having come back from an ACL injury that kept her out for the season for all of last campaign. On the bench for Olympic, number 44, Ella Brown, number 15, Tia Burridge, Number 3, Sienna Burney. Number 14, Rhiannon Davis. And number 32, Georgia Chowdhury. That is the team for Frank Keisha. Now, Gungahlin United, they've named an unchanged 11 from their 8-0 victory over Majura last Friday. Number 40, Emily Pearce, continues in goal. It's a back four of number 16, Ivy Stevens. Number 52, Maddie Percival. Number 25, Ayla Robertson. And number 15, Chelsea Haitley. It's midfield 2 that sit deep. Number 8, Stella DeMarco, partnered by number 13, Nat DeMarco, her sister. And number 11, Ollie Budeweg through the middle. It's a front 3, which includes number 7, Ginger Oliver. Number 9, Megan Castle. And number 5, Darby Whiteley. On the bench, number 2, Rachel Van Alst. Number 12, Amy Moore. Number 17, Bonnie Young. Number 18, Lillian Pitkin. And the one change in the entire squad is Grace Hanley coming in for Sharon Chow from that game last Friday. So 2 teams who are starting with pretty similar 11s. 2 teams confident off the back of 2 heavy wins in the league. This is cup football, a bit different. There is no other game. It's all on this one. If the scores remain level, at the end of regulation time, we'll be heading to extra time. And if they can't be separated, then we will be heading to a penalty shootout. So a bit of a different game in cup football. Be really interesting to see how Olympic respond from their loss to Gungahlin just a few weeks ago in round 2. Gungahlin United, the most eye-catching thing about their game last week in round 3 was the amount of different goal scorers there were. There were 7 different goal scorers in the 8-0 victory. Only Megan Castle scored more than 1. Ginger Oliver, Stella DeMarco, Maddie Percival, Rachel Van Alst, Bonnie Young, and Nat DeMarco all hit the target, as well as Castle. They shared the assists around as well, so they can score from anywhere. Olympic shared their goals around as well. Katrina Perich with 2. Tia Burridge, who's named on the bench as well, scored 2 goals after starting her first game this season. Interesting decision. And Nikita Perry with a second in as many games. We're about to be underway. All eyes on the referee. And we are underway. Gungahlin starting with the ball. Pressing high, Olympic. Ivy Stevens. Back for Maddie Percival. Picked up by Whittle. Who can drive forward early on. Looking for Marzi. Jane Vanzino. Lovely take from Tatum Marzi. And cleared out eventually by Gungahlin, who are pinned back early. Really good start from Frank Keisha's team. Perich looking for Maddie Whittle. Turning Maddie Percival. He's found Nikita Perry. Liana Alves. Vanzino. Maddie Whittle's having a go. It's a corner for Olympic. What a start to the game they made. It was Gungahlin who had the win, as I mentioned a few weeks ago, but Olympic looking to make up for that loss. Starting really brightly here. It'll be Nikita Perry, who's been one of Olympic's best at the start of this season. Made such a big difference coming into the team. Her corner looking for the near post. It's kept in by Whittle. The ball had already been out of play. And that early threat seen away by Gungahlin. Emily Pearce still looking to play out. Gungahlin, Olympic are pressing high, and they've forced them to cough up possession. In their game last week against Majura, they were happy to let them have time on the ball. This is a bit of a different challenge. Tatum Marzi's ball. Can't find Maddie Whittle. Who's back in the lineup, the reigning NPL Women's Joint Player of the Season. After coming off the bench last week. Maddie Percival away from Nikita Perry. Found Darby Whiteley. Good challenge by Perich. And again, they've won it back Olympic. Jensen driving through, looking to slip it in for Tatum Marzi. Now Gungahlin, can they keep the ball for a little while? Oliver, that's a really good ball to find Darby Whiteley. Perich backtracking the run being made by Oliver. And Darby Whiteley goes inside, looking for Megan Castle. Good football. Ginger Oliver. Budeweg picks up the ball, seen away by Liana Alves. Well defended by Olympic. Now Gungahlins turn to force their opponents back. Budeweg for Chelsea Haitley. Robertson with a really good ball down the line to find Darby Whiteley, who's popped up on the other wing now. Now an opportunity for Gungahlin to play the ball around. Robertson, first of all, had to get rid of it quickly. Wasn't a very helpful pass from Ayla Robertson. Vanzino back to Elka Atolu. Perich. Megan Castle coming in to close down Elka Atolu. Jensen. And Denton's ball out of play. Bit of a mix-up at the back. Dealt with in the end by Gungahlin United. Robertson, Castle, good strength. Good ball as well. The early ball in. Might find Nat DeMarco, but Jelena Josipovic on the front foot and wins it ahead of Nat DeMarco, who put in a really good performance against Majura. Goal and assist in her last match. Now a bit of space for Whittle, really well seen away by Stevens, who did enough. And the shot goes wide from, I think it was Tatum Marzi, who's asking for the corner. Goal kick given though. Percival, Stella DeMarco, another one who had a really good game against Majura. The Olympic are picking up on Gungahlin's heavy touches. What a ball in from Whittle. Was looking for Tatum Marzi at the back post. They dealt with it well enough in the end. But Canberra Olympic, be really happy with the way they've started this game. We've played just over 5 minutes and they've been forcing errors out of a Gungahlin team, and there's another one. And Tatum Marzi's having a go. Difficult one to execute with the ball bobbling up in front of her. Wasn't a bad effort in the end. Now Emily Pearce with the goal kick. They've looked long for the first time. Nikita Perry, great desperation to keep the ball in, and I think the linesman got in the way in the end. Great determination by Nikita Perry, leading the line today. She's led her team going forward at times this season as well. Had a really good comeback from that ACL injury, as I mentioned. Now DeMarco looking for Castle. There is space in behind, and well defended by Elke Tolu, because Olympic is sat high and they've given the ball away. DeMarco's making the run and intercepted by Elise Jensen. Great footwork from Elke Tolu. End to end this game. What a start. Whittle up against Stevens. The early ball in, looking for Jane Vanzino. And Pearce collected Vanzino, didn't get the ball. Questions being asked. But that is the quality of Maddie Whittle. Got the ball whipped in. Such a dangerous ball first time. Ivy Stevens at left back is a really difficult job in her hand. That long ball looking for Castle. Denton. Back to Jelena Josipovic. Atolu's been very calm on the ball at the back. Lovely turn by Jensen. Now, Josipovic looking for Matty Whittle. Gets there ahead of Stevens. Vanzino. Ball goes back to Gungahlin. Pitch conditions today are really nice. The field is looking very, very nice for some football played on the deck. Really will suit especially the likes of Gungahlin United. That'll play by Ollie Budeweg. Now Leah Carnegie. Ball will roll back to Maddie Percival. Given away though to Nikita Perry. Touch too heavy. Presented the ball to Emily Pearce. Now Ayla Robertson asking for options. It's found Stella DeMarco. Jane Vanzino at the point of that midfield, applying the pressure. She's been very good for them at the start of this season as well. Lovely feed and turn by Whittle. Picked up by Budeweg. And blocked off the pass by 3 Olympic players. They're working really hard. Budeweg working hard to win the ball back. It's done well. That's a really big challenge. Budeweg gets back to her feet. Perry slams it into Percival, who's advanced up the field. Now Stella DeMarco given away by Budeweg. Jensen. Now DeMarco trying to dribble through. Vanzino picks it up, but there's no options for her. She's done really well to hold onto the ball. Maddie Percival picks it up. Ayla Robertson's ball is a tester for Perridge, with Darby Whiteley bearing down on her. Oliver putting the pressure on as well. Olympic play out really calmly. Carnegie. Muzzy. Turning Chelsea Haitley. Jinking this way and that. Ball won by Stella DeMarco in the end. Comes out to Castle, whose hold-up play has been a key feature of a game for Gungahlin. Oliver testing Vanzino for pace. And she will beat her. Ginger Oliver getting to the byline. Vanzino stuck with her all the way. And the ball's gone out for a goal kick in the end. How about the work from Jane Vanzino there? He's meant to play a more attacking role. She tracked back all the way to force Ginger Oliver to put that ball out of play for goal kick, which Elka Atolu will take. Maddie Whittle run on the overlap being made by Perridge. Jensen away from Budeweg. Really nice play by Jensen. Marzi given away by Liana Alves, but again, Olympic look more like that team that won the treble last season, won the Charity Shield, won the Grand Final, and won the league. They only won the league by 4 points, clear of Belconnen United in second place. There's a 6-point gap at the moment. Only early in the season, Belconnen will play Olympic twice more in the league, so the title race is not over yet by any means. Budeweg, good physicality to shield off Liana Alves now. Now to Marco, look at the space for Darby Whiteley. Taking on Perridge. And Perridge has done well. And the ball's out for a corner. Questions asked again about a potential penalty, but ball is out for a corner. First opportunity for Ginger Oliver to whip this one in. Caused a bit of havoc in their game so far this season. Maddie Percival, score up from a short corner routine last week. This one looks like it'll be headed straight into the penalty area. DeMarco coming short again. Olympic switch off a little bit. DeMarco's going to have a go. And an important header from, I think it was Tatum Marzi, to stop it reaching. May have been Maddie Percival at the back post. Really good ball from Stella DeMarco, potentially deflected, but put into a really dangerous position. Oliver will head over to take it on the other side. This time it'll be a right-footed outswinger. DeMarco lurking. Ginger Oliver looking for Megan Castle, who was unmarked. Flight of the ball didn't really suit where she was. Robertson's shot is charged down by Nikita Perry, who's trying to shake it off. She's almost forced an error from Haley, who stayed calm. Now to Michael has her arm in the end. Stevens told to drive forward. Looks to her left for Whiteley. And the offside flag is up. Disappointing end to the move for Gungahlin. It's been a really engaging watch so far. At this point in time, difficult one to predict. Tolo's long ball picked up by Percival. Oliver trying to get there, sent away by Carnegie. And a play off Chelsea Haley. Carnegie with the throw. And Robertson got a little bit lucky there. Comes out to Carnegie. He's going to have a go from distance. Held by Emily Pierce. But we've seen Carnegie already this season score from long range, and she nearly did it again. That game against Belconnen scored from almost her own half. Perridge. Back to Corinne Denton against the team she was in the books of last season. Atolu sees off Darby Whiteley, not a bad ball. But Robertson there. It's going to be a difficult task for Olympic to break down that Gungahlin backline. Been so solid this season. They were so solid in the last meeting between these two in round 2. Gungahlin only conceded 1 goal in their 2 games so far this season. That was a Nikita Perry penalty. What a ball by Jensen. Can Whittle keep it in? Not quite in the end. Right idea by Elise Jensen though, who's started the game really well as well. This is look short for Ayla Robertson. Looking for Castle, but Denton gets there first. Alves loses possession. Percival happy to calm the ball down. Finding Budaweg, but Jensen working hard in midfield. Olympic have have not stopped running all game. Bitterweg. And a one by Adam Marzi, Chelsea Hadley. Percival has to be careful up against Whittle. And that's how calm she is at the back, away from two challengers. Looking for Castle. Sees off Denton well. Megan Castle, a player who Gungahlin were sick of the sight of last season. She scored the goal to knock them out of the Federation Cup for Canberra, Croatia. And she scored a 92nd minute winner to knock Gungahlin out of the finals as well in the elimination final last season. That game ended 3-2 to Croatia. So Gungahlin will be hungry for silverware this season. Short by Josipovic. Berich looking for Whittle. Can't keep the ball in. Ivy Stevens looking long for Megan Castle. It's done well, but hasn't been able to find a teammate. Elka Atolu on the ball. We've played 20 minutes of football. It remains 0-0. Very even game so far. Flicked on by Whiteley. Castle surrounded by three players. An Olympic win out. Lovely turn by Jensen. Vanzino, this is a really good move from Olympic. And Marzi putting the pressure on. Hadley sees it back to Pierce. They deal with it well in the end, Gungahlin. They had options on that right-hand side. Free kick goes the way of Gungahlin. Ginger Oliver is down. Getting back to her feet, though. Ayla Robertson will look to launch this one in. She's looking for Whiteley. His flick on was good. And it comes out to Olivia Budeweg. And it's over the bar. What a chance for Gungahlin. The clearest opening of the game. What about the control from Whiteley? Castle reacted so quickly to stab it into the path of Ollie Budeweg, who couldn't finish from close range. Massive chance for Marcial Munoz's team. Hadley, Oliver not the best first touch, recovers really well. Hadley with Perry causing a bit of havoc to Gungahlin, who want to play around. She's always lurking around that back line, full of running as well. Robertson, Vanzino wins out against Ayla Robertson. And the free kick goes the way of Olympic. Vanzino is getting back to her feet. And Leah Carnegie standing over this free kick. And she'll probably look to launch it in as well. So just a minute after Gungahlin had a set piece, Olympic have one of their own. Carnegie's ball looking for Perry, who read it well, and it might drop to Maddie Whittle. But Robertson made sure she didn't get there ahead of Emily Pierce. Stevens driving forward from fullback. Whiteley is free. She went for Castle. Good win from Perich. DeMarco's found Darby Whiteley. Whiteley cutting back for Stella DeMarco. And it's wide. Definitely capable from that range. DeMarco opened her account for the season last week with a stunner from long range. Had a bit more time to pick that one out though. Now DeMarco looking for Castle, who's causing a few issues for that Olympic defense now. What a ball from Stevens. It's found Darby Whiteley. Her cross in looking for Castle, who's flicked it on. And Oliver's shot is over the bar. And another big chance for Gungahlin, who is starting to look the more likely. Just around 24 minutes in. Tolu's goal kick picked up by DeMarco again. Important interception by Stella DeMarco. Perich will look long. Percival. DeMarco causing a bit of worry for Leon Alves, who did really well. What a play by Olympic though. Gungahlin want to go quickly. They can sense that a goal's potentially coming, having created two big ones. DeMarco gets there ahead of Denton, who lost her footing. Stella DeMarco, not really plenty of options, finds Oliver though. Away by Atolu. Now to play for a Gungahlin throw. Well, this is the third of 4 quarterfinal matches in the Federation Cup. ANU take on West Canberra Wanderers to decide the final semi-final places. And Gungahlin have another set-piece opportunity. The last one nearly resulted in a goal. What can Oliver deliver? Difficult angle for a cross, potentially. Oliver, is she lining this one up? She's gone for goal, and it's wide. Sipovic, happy to watch that one drift wide. Olympic will play out from the back quickly. Perich looking for Whittle. And just puts the ball into an area and asks an Olympic player to attack it. Back by Stevens. Whiteley, good first touch, won by Leona Alves. Stevens gets there ahead of her. A good ball to find Whiteley. And what an interception by Tolu, who's made some really big ones in this game so far. And Percival wins it, so back and forth. Well done by Castle and Percival, who continue to run. Seen away by Josipovic, one back by Castle though. Haitley, Budeweg, back to Robertson. Robertson, no ball in, Olympics ball. Such a close game. This ball looking for Vanzino, has the pace to get there. And away by Ayla Robertson. So at this stage, still really difficult to call a winner. Perich looking for Whittle. After Marco. Stevens. Robertson looking for Whiteley. Tolu, lovely stuff by Ivy Stevens. A few players in the Gungahlin team that played predominantly in the reserves competition last season have stepped up and are playing really well at this level. Ivy Stevens getting more consistent game time this season in first grade. Budaweg gets there. Stella DeMarco gives it to Natsumarco. Bit of a light back pass. Robertson deals with Whittle's pressure well. Oliver, Natsumarco, it'll work out for Gungahlin. Oliver finding Darby Whiteley, who's offside again. Olympic doing well to hold their line. So we've got a bit over 15 minutes left of this first half. It remains 0-0. Gungahlin have had the better opportunities despite Olympics' bright start. Has been a close game though. Oliver's driving forward looking for Nat DeMarco, who couldn't get there. It's another really well-worked move by Gungahlin. Perry with a bit of time. Stevens coming to shut her down. DeMarco wins it back. And Perry wins it back again. Determined play from Nikita Perry. Whiteley taking on Perich. Olympic not letting Gungahlin breathe on the ball. Eddie Whittle sniffing around. Vanzino wins it back. Budaweg tried to foul her. Vanzino's going to carry it all the way again. What an important touch from Percival. And then calms it down. Well, we've seen two centre-backs, two of the best in the league, doing what they do best. Crucial reads and interceptions at both ends. And Jane Vanzino, what a player she is. It's been up one end, defending, up the other end, creating chances for Olympic. Jensen for Liana Alves. Jensen, lovely stuff from her. And the ball will eventually find Tatum Marzi. Vanzino, will she go for goal? Back to Jensen. Gungahlin holding their shape well. Tolu's going to have a hit. And not one that will trouble Emily Pierce. But well defended by Gungahlin in the end. They sat back, held their shape well. Didn't allow them to break into the penalty area. Alves for Perry. Perich. Vanzino tried to leave it for Marzi. Not a bad idea. Budaweg. Castle. Now Natsumarco. Budaweg. What a ball that is from Ollie Budaweg. There's two to aim for in the middle for Ginger Oliver. And her ball could have clipped that post. It was looking for Megan Castle, who couldn't get there. And the ball is out of play for a throw-in. Chance for Gungahlin to press high. Tolu clears under pressure from Castle. DeMarco, Stevens. Stella DeMarco for Darby Whiteley. Stella DeMarco looking for Castle. Denton did well. And a play for another throw for Gungahlin. Also, bit of a heavy touch away by Atolu. Percival, important read again. Down the line it goes for Whiteley, who's offside. It's a really good battle to watch in this game. Maddie Whittle against Maddie Percival. Percival is the one winning that battle at the moment. Whiteley trying to skip clear of Vanzino. Vanzino did well again. Big performance from her. And Perry turns away from her marker and just goes for it down the line. Whittle there, but she was pressed by two Gungahlin players. Heavy touch from Robertson. It'll work out for Gungahlin. Haley for Budeweg. Oliver on by Carnegie. Ivy Stevens with the throw, well shot down by Nikita Perry. Perrich with a big header. Into the final 10 minutes of the first half. Now Jensen. Perrich for Atolu. Back for Perrich. Stevens picks up the ball. In trouble. Now Tatum Muzzy through the legs of Percival, who does well to recover. What a player she is. She'll drive forward from centre back as well, with Muzzy still putting on the pressure. And here go Gungahlin, Maddie Whittle flying in to put the pressure on, and comes out to Oliver again. Her ball is looking for Castle again, a little bit overhit. They're getting a bit of a joy down that right-hand side with Ginger Oliver. Castle has been the target both times. The ball's been a little bit overhit. But again, Gungahlin getting closer. They've had the clearer opportunities. Stevens, Jensen, Tatum Mozzies pick the ball up. Perry hits the through ball. Called for by Leona Alves. Stevens back to Percival. Plenty of rotation for that Olympic front line. Muzzy, Perry and Whittle all taking up different positions. Right now it looks like Muzzy is the central figure of that three. Started out as Perry and Whittle. Denton, good ball to find Perry. Tolu, the run being made by Perridge. Well won by Stevens. Vanzino given away to Stevens, who can't find Darby Whiteley. Big sitting back a little bit, letting those two centre backs have a bit more time on the ball than they were doing in the first few minutes. Oliver knocks the ball forward, will keep it in, trying to take on Carnegie. It's out for a goal kick. Carnegie did really well in the end, up against Ginger Oliver. who's been substituted at halftime in both of Gungahllin's games so far this season. In round 3 last week, it was for Bonnie Young, who's an informed player for Gungahlin. 2 goals in 2 games for her. Lovely fake from Haitley, sent 2 players. Oliver again. Carnegie gets there first this time. Opts for the safe option. Castle can't find Ginger Oliver. But Olympic, for all their good work, haven't really created a clear chance. They've had a few goes from long range. They've got a few goal scorers on the bench as well if they need them. Jensen, that final pass as well hasn't really worked out for them so far. And Percival's been a big reason that Olympic haven't really had a shot. What a first half she's had. Well done by Stevens. Widely, look at Castle's space, and what a tackle from Perich. Did not hold back at all. And the pass from Castle nearly released. Stella DeMarco. Trina Perich has already put 2 big challenges in. DeMarco, look at the footwork. Threads it through beautifully for Castle. Widely pushed wide. Perich wins out against Whiteley. She's done well. Trina Perich up against Gungahlin's number 5 in this half. Haitley looking for the run of DeMarco was a good idea. Stella DeMarco picks it up. Back to Percival. They've had more possession in this game. Percival away from Marzi again. How about the footwork from Maddie Percival? Will get it back for Castle. Given away though to Denton on the front foot defending. Perry for Perich. Marzi, is she onside? What a first touch, but flag does go up. There is goals on the bench for Olympic. An assist, Ella Brown got an assist in their round 3 game against Tuggeranong. Very handy set piece delivery. Tia Burridge 2 goals in that game. It was a crucial reason that they kept getting back into the lead against Tuggeranong. And Sienna Burney as well, goal and assist. Good strength by Budaweg. Percival, who's seen a lot of the ball, hasn't really made an error so far. Given the pressure they've been under at times is so impressive. Perich for Perry. Turns Ivy Stevens and puts her head down and runs. She's faced by Percival. And Maddie Percival, too strong for Perry. Out of play goes by Stevens. But positive play by Nikita Perry. That's what she's brought to Olympic. Very willing to be positive and look to get forward. Header flicked on by Stevens will favour Maddie Whittle. And Pierce has good hands and collects that one well. Short it goes to Robertson. We've got around 2 minutes left of the match, plus any additional time. No significant stoppages so far, so shouldn't be too much added on. Robertson back for Emily Pierce. Robertson for Oliver. Trying to take on Carnegie with pace again. Read by Denton. She's identified it. Something that's worked a few times for her, Ginger Oliver, on that right wing. But Denton was there to shut it down. DeMarco putting the pressure on Alves. Questions being asked the referee. Stevens didn't get there. Jensen knocked it a bit too far. Now Maddie Percival. DeMarco. Robertson for Chelsea Hadley. Stella DeMarco, look at the space for Whiteley. DeMarco forced back into a poor pass. And Maddie Whittle is in on goal. Whittle, what a stop by Pearce. And Robertson picks up the ball and calmly dribbles it past Tatum Marzi. And that was Olympics' clearest chance of the game. Whittle forced wide by Percival, who was coming in. Given away again. Gungahlin get lucky, but then win it back through Nat DeMarco. Stella DeMarco, Oliver making the run again. The ball has found Chelsea Hadley. His pass will come back to Budaweg, seen away by Liana Alves. Budaweg looking for Nat DeMarco. Well won by Jensen. Whittle for Jensen. Found Perry. Olympic have numbers, but the ball spun away from Nikita Perry. Vanzino and Whittle made the runs forward. The ball has come to Whittle, who's away from Robertson. Look at the Gungahlin numbers back, though. She's away from 2 or 3, Maddie Whittle. And out of play goes from Budaweg. Well, full credit to Gungahlin United, getting so many numbers back. And that is the halftime whistle. It's been a really close game. Gungahlin have shaded possession. They've had the bigger chances, but Olympic had a really clear-cut one right on the brink of halftime through Maddie Whittle. It was saved by Emily Pearce. And the scores remain level heading into the halftime break. Plenty to think about for both coaches. It remains here at the AIS. Canberra Olympic 0, Gungahlin United 0. Hello and welcome back to the AIS, where at half-time, home side Canberra Olympic are in a scoreless draw at the moment with Gungahlin United. Gungahlin probably feel they deserve the lead, given the clearer chances they had in the first half, but Canberra Olympic, at the end of the first half particularly, had arguably the clearest of the game, with Maddie Whittle being denied by Emily Pearce. Overall, they've been really good defensively. Gungahlin, Maddie Percival's made some really crucial interceptions. And Olympic at times have struggled to keep a hold of the likes of Ginger Oliver, who's got some balls in. Megan Castle is looking likelier to get on the score sheet. But Elka Tolu at the back, Katrina Peric, likes of them have been very solid to start this game. So it's been a really high quality game, really interesting game, really close game as well. Difficult to pick a winner at this stage. A reminder that if it stays 0-0 at full time after 90 minutes, it will go to extra time and then potentially a penalty shootout. So we're nearly ready to go for the second half. Doesn't look like any changes have been made for either side. Temperature getting very cold. Windless night at the AIS, playing on a really nice surface. It's a great night for football. And we're being treated to a game that matches up. So nearly ready to go. Jan Van Zeno will kick us back underway. And Gungahlin winning the ball back straight from the off, as Olympic did off Gungahlin in the first half. Marzi trying to dribble through. Away by Budaweg, picked up by Van Zeno. Header one by Stevens. And we start just how the first half finished, really. It's been a bit of a frantic game. Back and forth at times. Some great battles as well. Darby Whiteley picks up the ball. Back to Ayla Robertson. The press from Nikita Perry, forcing Robertson back. Now, Maddie Percival. DeMarco. Away by Robertson. Good ball, which found Ivy Stevens. They played that out really nicely. Hadley, the run being made by Oliver. Up against Carnegie. Carnegie sticking with her all the way. Whiteley, lovely turn. Trying to slip it into Nat DeMarco's path. Now Chelsea Hadley. Nat DeMarco to her right. DeMarco for Hadley, run being made by Oliver. Now Maddie Percival, Stella DeMarco, another one of Gungahlin's great passing moves. And the final pass doesn't come off from Stella DeMarco, but again, Olympic unable to really get close to Gungahlin when they're playing such high quality football around the pressure. Well done by Stevens. The pass back, hunted down by Nikita Perry. Pierce's clearance can't be kept in by Darby Whiteley on that left wing. Whittle, Budaweg, good strength from her up against Jensen. Can't find Darby Whiteley. Perich. Nikita Perry's flick on. How to play for an Ivy Stevens throw, looking for Budaweg. Good strength again. Away from two challenges. And the through ball, which Castle will hunt down. Josipovic A clearance, lucky that it found an Olympic player, didn't go very far. Sipovic was caught off her line by Megan Castle in the last time these two met, just a few weeks ago. Otherwise, she's had a good game. Been pretty untroubled for the most part. Tatum Marzi's robbed Chelsea Haley possession and has found Jane Vanzino. And Percival got enough on it. It's come back for Vanzino. Tatum Marzi, won by Ginger Oliver. The ball goes back to Olympic. Denton, intercepted by Oliver. Lovely spin again from Elise Jensen. Liana Alves going for goal. And the move breaks down there. I feel it'll either be a case of one goal wins the game or maybe an early goal. And we see a whole flood of goals from either side. Whiteley putting the pressure on Perich. Her ball won't find a teammate. Back to Emily Pearce. Now Maddie Percival. Stevens for Budaweg. Now Ayla Robertson. Looking long. Important touch by Denton. Oliver. Again, closely marked by Carnegie. Castle has been kept out of the game largely from an attacking perspective. Perry wins it back. And DeMarco wins it back. Percival going for another drive into midfield. Gives the ball away. Marzi. Vanzino. Wide, looking for Whittle. And she will keep the ball in. She's around Ivy Stevens and she can accelerate here. Run being made by Nikita Perry. Marzi to aim for in the box. She cuts it back for Maddie Whittle. And an important interception by Robertson. It comes out for Elise Jensen. And it's held by Emily Pearce. So, good move from Olympic. That is the quality of Maddie Whittle. Gave her an inch of space, got around Chelsea Haley, and she was away. And Nikita Perry was almost away there. Back it goes to Emily Pearce. 5 minutes in, and we've already seen so many big moments in this second half. Percival back to Emily Pearce. Time for Ayla Robertson. Looking for Oliver. Carnegie doing well to put the pressure on. Oliver did well to get there. Carnegie given away. Castle calmly done back to Nat DeMarco. Stella DeMarco. And Elka Tolu in strongly on Megan Castle. Robertson. Back by DeMarco. The run being made by Whittle to put the pressure on Maddie Percival. Stevens driving forward as she did in the first half. Atolo in strongly. Great performance from her to start the game. We're going to see the first substitution of the game in the... Looks like Ollie Budaweg is going to come off for Amy Moore, and Ginger Oliver will come off for Bonnie Young. So Bonnie Young, a player with 2 goals in her last 2 games, comes on. Player who scored the game-winning, or the goal that wrapped up the 3 points against Olympic in that 3-1 victory. And Amy Moore as well. Got an assist off the bench against Majura last week. Comes on for more game time this time. Natamarco, Olympic sat deep. Haitley can drive into the space. Finding Natamarco, her little dink has found Haitley again. And Corinne Denton does so well to get there. That Olympic centre-back partnership have been so good. And what a ball from Vanzino. But Stevens sees it away. Robertson can drive forward now. Run being made by Bonnie Young, and important interception from Muzzy. Away by Carnegie. Lovely first touch by Nikita Perry. Muzzy. Perry. And Vanzino will get there, and they have numbers. And Pierce will come out to claim it, but Maddie Whittle was putting on the pressure. Ivy Stevens did really well to deal with her. Gungahlin stretching the field. They're still set up pretty high. Bonnie Young will hunt this one down. Carnegie launching it over for Whittle. Stevens. She's away from Ivy Stevens. Whittle's ball in. Picked up by Percival. Good turn by Moore. And the free kick goes the way of Gungahlin. Percival over this one. Will play it short to Ayla Robertson. Nikita Perry still full of running to close down those Gungahlin centre-backs. All four centre-backs have been so good today. Look at the pace from Darby Whiteley she's got there. She's trying to go around Atolo, just ran out of grass at the end of it. Showing great pace to get there though, Darby Whiteley. Now, Elka Tolu for Kat Perich, given away to Whiteley. Stevens. Back it goes to Maddie Percival for Moore, who did well. Shut down by Jensen though. Marzi, lovely turn. Hasn't really been able to get into the game so far, Tatum Marzi. Jane Vanzino has been one of Olympics' best today. And the ball's out for a Gungahlin throw. Carnegie with the ball. Run being made by Marzi, one by Bonnie Young. Hooks it away. Castle's done so well to get there. Great strength as well. Denton went all the way. DeMarco trying to get away from Vanzino. Another one who hasn't stopped running. Young flicks it on. Denton away. Heavy touch by Nikita Perry. Robertson. Stevens trying to take on Perry. Whittle chasing down Maddie Percival. It's been difficult to rid her of possession in this game. Moore with a lovely turn again. Puts it out in front of Ivy Stevens. And shut down again by Corinne Denton, who's made some really big interceptions in this second half. And now Nikita Perry is through on goal. Nikita Perry steadies herself, cuts it back for Jane Vanzino. And it's going to end up in the back of the net. Vanzino on the ground. Difficult to see how that one went in, but Olympic lead 1-0. And if it is Jane Vanzino's goal, it is such a deserved goal for her. What a performance it's been from Olympics number 6. And it looks like there was a bit of mix-up potentially between defender and goalkeeper. And Gungahlin will feel pretty hard done by that they are a goal down. Olympic have been so strong defensively. The task is a really big one for Gungahlin to get back into this game. They are capable of scoring though. Castle for Stella DeMarco, the run being made by Whiteley. Can they hit back immediately? Whiteley shut down by Peric. And the ball in held by Jelena Josipovic. Atolu looking to release Nikita Perry, who showed a lot of composure to square the ball in that move. Would have been acceptable for her to shoot from that distance. And a set piece opportunity for Atolu. She will look long for this one. She's looking for Marzi. Header one by Robertson. Moore. Header one by Jensen. Natsumarco. Line back by Jensen. Run being made by Whiteley. Another important read by Elka Atolu. Nothing is getting past her and Corinne Denton at the moment. They look so open to start the season Olympic. In that 5-1 game against Belconnen, they've definitely tightened up and look much more like the champions of last season. What a run again from Vanzino. Looking for Tatum Marzi, who just didn't quite make the connection she wanted. But what a ball from Vanzino. Haley does well to get away from Marzi. Gungahlin trying to calm it down at the back. Robertson looking inside for DeMarco, and they've given the ball away. Carnegie's long ball away by Percival, with Whittle putting the pressure on again. Robertson out of play. We've got half an hour left of football. Is there another chance for Olympic potentially? Is Whittle onside? Maddie Whittle puts it in the back of the net, but the offside flag is up. Good finish, but a good line from Gungahlin. They're going to play it short again. So, ball given away to Elise Jensen, who's going for goal for long range. What a goal from Elise Jensen. And the free kick's been given away of Gungahlin. What a finish that was by Jensen. But the foul was given away. And Percival will take this one. So Olympic have put the ball in the back of the net twice in the last minute or so. They've both been ruled out. But they are looking the better side in this second half. One back by Moore. Good strength from her. Percival. DeMarco. Castle. Testing Whiteley, who's onside. Young makes the run to the near post. The cutback looking for Castle. Jensen coming in as well. And Whiteley's offside again. But there is a potential way back for Gungahlin. They've created a bit of a worry for that Olympic backline a few times. Just haven't been able to make that final pass. They will get chances. Just got to link up a bit better. Big challenge on Amy Moore. Percival. Calmly done by Maddie Whittle. Intercepted. Well read by Haitley. Giving the ball away though to Jensen. Alves, the run being made by Tatum Marzi. Stella DeMarco. For Nat DeMarco. Run being made by Bonnie Young. And Josipovic has got there first. Well read by Olympics number 40. But that was another good move by Gungahlin. Robertson's going to launch this one into the area. Comes out to Nat DeMarco, whose looped effort is a comfortable claim for Jelena Josipovic. 25 minutes left for Gungahlin. It's going to be Perich with the throw. Whittle. Vanzino, this is a good move. If Vanzino can find her, and she does. And Marzi's making the run to the near post. And it's well held by Pierce. Not the right ball from Whittle. Percival. And just to play it down for Olympic. Nikita Perry just on the halfway line. Stretching out. She's up on her feet. Looks to be okay to continue. So what has Marcial Munoz's side got in them? It's the first time this season they've gone behind. Bit of new territory for them in 2025. They led against Olympic 2-0 in their first game. They didn't concede a goal in their 8-0 victory against Majura. And what a ball that is from Robertson. It might find Bonnie Young. And Josipovic came out and did enough in the end. Great goalkeeping again. They've given the ball away to Haitley. Looking for Whiteley and well intercepted by Katrina Perich. Gungahlin starting to ramp up the pressure. Haitley. Tubby Whiteley looking back with Percival. Perry working hard again. Robertson trying to find Castle. And Olympic sat back, soaking up the pressure at the moment. Percival can drive into space and pick out a good ball to find Whiteley. The run being made by Amy Moore. Jensen stayed strong. Moore with a two-handed shove. And the ball's out for a corner. At least Jensen not happy about that at all. Those two have had a good battle as well. And Bonnie Young will head over to take this one. And Gungahlin will fill the box. Only Ayla Robertson is back. And they're going for this game now. They have to. Bonnie Young's delivery. Looking for Castle. And it's a goal kick. What a big opportunity for Gungahlin. Really good ball from Young, and no one could make contact. Another let-off for Olympic. Olympic keep on. Gungahlin keep on coming. Denton. Carnegie. Down the line it goes to Marzi. Haitley working hard to get back. Tatum Marzi taking on Chelsea Haitley. Finding Vanzino and DeMarco will see the ball out. Robertson, calmly done in their own penalty area by Gungahlin. Haley's kept it in. Well-worked move. Now Bonnie Young. This is what Gungahlin are all about. And her ball can't find a teammate. Perich looking down the line. Percival trying to play it out off Whittle. Throw goes the way of Olympic. Now we're going to see a change for Canberra Olympic. Nikita Perry is going to be replaced. And on comes Sienna Burney. Nikita Perry worked really hard all game. Gets a deserved rest now. Sienna Burney came off the bench in the last game. And she scored and got an assist as well. DeMarco for Young. And Stella DeMarco's through ball has found Bonnie Young in on goal. Bonnie Young! And what a save from Josipovic. What a game she's had in goal. Great move from Gungahlin. What a pass from DeMarco. And that is the best chance they've had in this second half. They get another corner. And the last corner came so close to bringing us level. Young will try again with this delivery. And Tolu cushioned it down. Not a good clearance from Burney. Haitley for Robertson. Stella DeMarco. Bonnie Young's first time ball in has found Megan Castle, and the touch was a bit heavy. Haley's got there ahead of Whittle, and it's out for another corner. Well shut down by Maddie Whittle. But Gungahlin keep on coming. We've entered the final 20 minutes. It has to happen soon for them, or it might start to play on the mind a little bit. They've got plenty of time. They've got a set piece to work with. It's Bonnie Young with another in-swinger. This ball almost found Percival. Well dealt with by Olympic. Percival. Maddie Whittle, sorry. Her clearance. Upfield gets Olympic out. We're going to see a change for Gungahlin. It's going to be Nat DeMarco, who's going to be replaced by Rachel Van Alst, a scorer against Madura off the bench last week. Kenshi had a bit of attacking threat to Gungahlin. Scored a great goal against Madura from long range. There's goals all over this Gungahlin team. As I mentioned, 7 different goal scorers. Everyone's capable. Young back to Robertson. Moore. Heavy touch from Moore. Percival again getting her team out of jail. Carnegie's going for goal. Worth a try, given her ability from long range, Leah Carnegie. It's going to be goal kick, taken shot to Percival. Robertson, DeMarco, they've played out really well so many times. Chelsea Haitley. Very tricky on the ball, trying to stab it forward towards Castle. Carnegie's under pressure from Young. The ball's been presented to Chelsea Haitley. And the ball's been put down the line. Can Young wrap her foot around it? It's not a bad ball. Josipovic let it run. Ball's out of play for another corner. And Bonnie Young will head over to take this one again. Another good move. More good work from Chelsea Haitley. He's had a really good game for Gungahlin. Maddie Percival's getting forward again. It's just Ayla Robertson who's left at the back. They have to go for it. Young's delivery, out of play by Carnegie. Gets another chance. So Young's going to play it short to DeMarco. Bonnie Young gets it back. It's a high ball in. Looking for Percival. Header won by an Olympic player. And Alves down the line and out of play. Gives the ball straight back to Gungahlin. Olympic going to make a sub. Leah Carnegie replaced. Looks like it's going to be Ella Brown. Who is an attacking player, so an attacker replacing a defender. Looks like Liana Alves will drop into that left fullback role. Maddie Whittle coming over to the left. Haitley. It's done well to win the throw, Chelsea Haitley. She's looking for some options. Castle did well to get there ahead of Bernie. Castle's one out. Trying to get away from her marker. Young. Such a battle at the moment. Moore. Can she hold on to possession under pressure? Comes out to Ivy Stevens. And her effort is wide. Disappointing end to the move. Big players working really hard defensively. Got to give credit to that back line. Shorter goes to Corinne Denton. And looking for Whittle. Giving the ball back to Gungahlin again. Olympic continue to sit deep. Haitley for Stella DeMarco. Moore. Percival. Olympic so hard to break down at the moment. Robertson's looking for the long ball. Testing the pace of Haitley. What a ball it is. And Haitley can't keep the ball in. Under pressure by Whittle. But what a pass from Ayla Robertson. Another opportunity for Olympic. They can take a bit of encouragement that they continue to create chances. Elka Atolu over this one. Up goes towards Brown. Percival wins the second header as well. Looking for Whiteley. Well won by Olympic. Van Alst will see it back to Maddie Percival. Moore. Jensen gets there first. Back it goes to Emily Pearce. Ayla Robertson. For Stella DeMarco. The run being made by Moore. Plenty of numbers in that attacking line. Bonnie Young gets the ball. Early delivery off the face of Leona Alves, it looked like. And a play of Alves off Young in the end. Olympics throw. Ticking into what will soon be the final 10 minutes. It remains 1-0. It's still anyone's game. Flicked on by Young. Vanzino. Robertson in the air. Tester, because Castle's coming for it. And Josipovic holds on. Big performance from her in goals. Up it goes towards DeMarco. Knocks it down for Van Alst. Stella DeMarco away from Vanzino. And what a ball that is again. Alves has to be careful. She's played it back to Denton. They get rid of it very calmly in the end Olympic. Hadley looking for DeMarco. Trying to get away from 2 tackles. Robertson sees it back to Pierce. Marzi has to get rid of it. It comes out to Whittle. Well, she might have a go. Difficult one with the bobbling ball. Stevens robbed the possession by Marzi. Well, won back by Ivy Stevens. Gungahlin. To get the ball forward. They scored 2 goals against Olympic last season in the final few minutes. And they did so again in their round 2 meeting. Tatum Marzi. Vanzina with a hand in the air. Will get to the ball. The potential goal scorer from the second half early. Vanzino away from 2 and miscues the cross. Marzi's having a go and it's held by Emily Pierce. Out it goes to Hadley. Gungahlin slow to get numbers forward. Hadley's looking long, has found Bonnie Young, trying to get away from Alves, who is right on her case. Another change being prepared by Marcial Munoz. One final roll of the dice. Perich for Sienna Burney. Denton. Run made inside by Alves. We're going to see that change now. So Ivy Stevens will be replaced. And Chelsea Hadley's heading over to that left-hand side. On for Gungahlin. Comes Lillian Pitkin. Throw goes the way of Gungahlin. DeMarco back to Pitkin, who came off the bench against Majura. Percival looking for Castle. Again, Atolu there. Amy Moore, physical. Leaves a bit on Maddie Whittle as well. Free kick goes the way of Olympic. Bench not happy about that at all. Moore picks up a yellow card. She's been very physical since coming on. Amy Moore presents a set-piece opportunity to Olympic. We've entered the final 10 minutes. There's 8 remaining. We're going to see an opportunity for Atolu to put the ball into the area. Olympic have brought most of their team up, a few back. Elka Atolu. Big game done if they can score another. Atolu looking for Vanzino. Flicked out, and Ella Brown will try and keep this one in. Proceed out for a throw. Olympic can take their time over this. They have the lead. They've been defending well. Brown. Alves. Good pressure by Bonnie Young. Bernie loses possession. Young trying to drive forward. Bernie looking back for Liana Alves. Castle couldn't get there. Jensen over to Perich. Her through ball. Maddie Whittle sniffing around. Robertson. Now Maddie Percival. Run being made by Haitley. Now on the left-hand side. Percival can't get the ball off Vanzino. Look at the pace of Whiteley to get back. And Vanzino's still going. And Whiteley did so well. The ball stayed in though for Vanzino. Her shot is a tame one. Now Gungahlin can push forward through Lillian. Pitkin off the bench. Not many options for her to pick out. She goes for Young. It's a good pass. And Whiteley's free on that left-hand side. And Pitkin's made the run. Young chose to go the other way. Amy Moore taking it on. Robbed of possession by Jensen. Jensen's done so well to keep possession. Six minutes left for Gungahlin, plus any additional time. Robertson. As Olympic sat back in that defensive shape. Amy Moore's made the run. Jensen tight on her again. Haitley loses her bearings a bit. Out it goes to Percival. Chance for Olympic to push numbers forward. DeMarco turns away from Vanzino. Looking for Castle. Look at the space for Pitkin. Ella Brown's coming to shut her down. Pitkin finds Van Alst. Bonnie Young shaping for goal. Held by Josipovic. Hands on head from Young. Time ticking away for Gungahlin. They had numbers there again. Didn't make the most of it. The way Olympic have defended, they are looking likely of picking up the points. Advancing to the next round. Alves. Back for Atolu. Perich. And Moore and Jensen going at it again. DeMarco trying to skip clear of Jensen. And DeMarco's won it. Marzi's picked it up. Van Alst does well. Calmly done by Rachel Van Alst. Haitley. Moore making the run. And Jensen is there again. Percival away from Whittle. Lovely move from Maddie Percival. Finding Darby Whiteley. Back hill. Looking for DeMarco and away by Elka Atolu. Olympic defending dominantly at the moment. Just around 3 minutes left of the game. We're going to see Rhiannon Davis come on. Now Kurtolu heading off the field. What a performance from her. And on comes Rhiannon Davis. Third player off the bench for Olympic. And she will fill in that centre back role. Needs to put in a big performance. She'll be under a lot of pressure for these last few minutes. Away by Perich. Percival. Whittle. Out of play. Gungahlin's ball. Haitley. Looking for Castle. Headed clear by Perich. And look a little bit out of ideas. Gungahlin. Haitley finding Castle. Davis. Important header won by Percival. Moore. skipping clear of Jensen, who's following her everywhere. Robertson. Now Pitkin. Bonnie Young skipping inside. And the run from Pitkin she thought was there, was not there. Young. Alves with Pitkin in close attention. And a play by Whittle. 2 minutes left for Gungahlin. Castle trying to flick it over the head of Denton, who's done so well against her old team. Defended so well, Corin Denton. And a play goes. And the foul throw goes against Ayla Robertson. Difficult one for Gungahlin to take. Bonnie Young launches it forward. It'll be a comfortable claim for Josipovic, who's going to look long. We've got a minute left of regulation time. First of all, with Marzi making the run, they have them right where they want them, Olympic. Perich for Marzi. DeMarco. They need to get the ball forward quickly, given away by Stella DeMarco. Maddie Percival pressured by Vanzino. Great pressure from Jane Vanzino, who has not stopped running all game. May have the match winner. May have been an own goal. She was the one that forced the goal. Pitkin looking for Young. Lovely first touch inside, trying to find Castle. He puts the pressure on. Ball goes the way of Gungahlin. We're into additional time. Run forward being made by Van Ars. Out of play by Denton. Pitkin back for Young. Heavy first touch by Bonnie Young. Has done well. Has dug out the cross for Castle. Has cut it back for Amy Moore. It might have come for Whiteley. The ball out of play though. We've almost played a minute of stoppage time. And Olympic will take their time over this one. Rhiannon Davis take this goal kick. DeMarco can drive forward. Away by Perich. Now Marzi. Whittle, the run being made by Vanzino. And Vanzino's picked it up. Has Ella Brown with her. She'll take on Robertson. She'll head for the corner. And Robertson gets a foot to it. Vanzino's got the ball back there and will head back to the corner. 3 Gungahlin players trying to win the ball back. Throw goes the way of Gungahlin. How much time is left? We've almost played 2 minutes of additional time. And a yellow card awarded to Tatum Marzi for delaying the restart. Percival back for Robertson, who has to knock it long. She's done so to find Castle, who's turned Davis really well. DeMarco looking for Whiteley. Away by Perich. And Maddie Whittle kicks the ball out of play. The referee's going to move the throw a little bit back. Getting close to the last bit of action. They have to make the most of their final chances. DeMarco getting around Vanzino. Away by Davis. Free kick given away by Vanzino. Good sportsmanship to Up with cramp. Picked up a yellow card as well. I think it was Jane Van Zeno for the late challenge on Stella DeMarco. But one big chance left for Gungahlin. And Bonnie Young is over this one. Everyone forward. Maddie Whittle, Rachel Van Ast, Megan Castle lurking at the back post. It's all on this for Marcial Munoz's team. They want to stay alive in the cup. It's Bonnie Young's delivery, and it's wide. No one got a touch. And that could be the final action of this game. Davis handed the ball to take the goal kick again. Pitkin couldn't keep it in. We've played over 4 minutes of additional time. Throw goes the way of Gungahlin. Is there one more chance? Young looking for Van Ast. Turning away and shooting on goal. Harmless one in the end. Maybe just not quite Gungahlin's day. But you got to give credit to the defensive efforts of Canberra Olympic. Rhiannon Davis will take this one. And that is the full-time whistle. Canberra Olympic knocked out in the quarterfinals in 2024. They progress to the semi-finals in 2025. A big win for Canberra Olympic. Their first against one of the final sides from last season. Backing up a 7-2 victory against Tuggeranong in the league. They get their second win of the year against a quality Gungahlin United side. A game which could have gone either way. The difference was a deflected effort from Jane Van Zeno early in the second half. That was enough to give them the win. Credit to Olympics' defensive display. They advance to the semi-finals. So full time here at the AIS. It's Canberra Olympic 1, Gungahlin United 0.